Hi guys and welcome to my deck profile. Yesterday was the World Championship qualifier Ecublens in Switzerland. There were 93 people in total and I got the second place with Centurion Fiendsmith. So I'm gonna show you my list. For the matchups I played two Tempai players, one Snake Eyes Azamina, a Chimera Fiendsmith player, White Forest Centurion, Flu Wanderies, and Voiceless Voice. I lost round 1 against Snake Eyes Azamina, and the guy who won against me also finished in top 8, and then I went on to win all my matchups. So for the deck profile, we are gonna start with the Centurion card. First we have 3 Centurion Primaras. That's the best starter by far. It's crazy, it's so good. Then we have Trudea, also a great starter. Emblema Oath, drawing it is always good, but if you don't draw it, it's not a problem because of the new Synchro monster that is so good. Then we have 3 stand-up Centurions, crazy card, cannot be destroyed by card effects. And of course 1 Terraforming. Then for the cards that you need throughout your combo, you have for the monsters 1 Archery and 1 Gargoyle. This guy is also insane. You can summon him twice during the same turn, and this one got so much better with the new level 8 synchro because each time you summon it you can draw a card. Wake Up Centurion is also such a good card. It lets you summon a token and then foolish any Centurion cards, and you have so many options depending on the combo line. Centurion Bonds, insane in grind games because it lets you revive the monsters from the grave, and you can use that effect twice because it has a second trigger effect from the graveyard. Then 2 Phalanx. I used to play it only once. But shout out to Pack who played it twice. I think you don't have to play it twice, but if you draw it, it's never a brick because it can also banish opponent's monsters, so very good. And that's it for the Centurion cards. Next we have the other engine, Fiendsmith with the engraver, also visible on the mat that I won. Then of course the Tract and the Lorry. And this one isn't played in every deck, but I think it has such a great synergy with Centurion, because if, for example, the Primera gets ashed and you don't have another starter, you can use Engraver to search, summon, and then use the Link 1 to summon it from the deck, mill another Engraver, and then with the 2 you can go into the Synchro 8 and it's full combo. And in the opponent's turn you can revive the Link 1 and then summon another engraver from the deck to go into Chaos Angel. It's absolutely crazy and I love it. So that's it for the Fiendsmith cards. And then we have the non-engine. First we have Synchro Rumble. You don't necessarily want to play it. You can, you don't have to. I think it's a great addition because it can give you an extra synchro summon in your first turn, and you can also use it later, and it's never such a big brick. And then Called by the Grave. For this one I was thinking very long if I want to main deck it or not, because at 1 it's never guaranteed to draw it, but I was thinking with the new match armies as well as the draw power of Archery and Legatia, it's always possible to draw it, and that was such a good decision because I saw it very often and it helped me a lot, and I would literally always play it in that deck. Then for the hand trap we play 16 hand traps. First of all, the obvious ones, the Ash Blossoms, the Impermanences, as well as the Effect Veilers. I wouldn't cut them. This one only in a Shifter deck because you can't resolve Effect Veiler under Shifter. But the other 2 are way too powerful. so always keep them. Then we have Ghost Ogres, crazy card. I'm thinking of playing it thrice, but it's a once per turn and it still doesn't have the impact of Ash Blossom, so I have to decide that. Next one is one that honestly I think I will take it out, Nibiru. The reason is because most meta decks don't necessarily lose to Nibiru and there's always ways to play around that, also in Centurion. So I'm gonna think of it, maybe I'm gonna take it out. It didn't really help me this weekend. And then the Bestials, these ones, I wouldn't play too many because they don't win many matchups, but they are still good in main deck because they can also be used as extenders and also against the Fiendsmith engine it can be powerful. So yeah, that's for the main deck. We play 43 cards, 26 monsters, 17 spell and traps. I think I found a good ratio with 16 hand traps, not too much, but still a good amount. You often draw at least 2, and in game 2 and 3 with the side deck it can be more. But let's get to the extra deck. So first we have the new one, the level 8 Centurion Parimera Primus. What can I say about it? It's absolutely insane. It searches the Emblema spell and it can always come back. It can pop a card on the opponent's field as well as on yours. Then Enigmaster Packbit. I didn't use it at all this weekend, but there's a superb combo line when you have the fabled Lurry in the hand, where with Primera you can search the Wake Up to summon a token, then use Wake Up to mill Atri, and then go into this to put the Atri into the Spell and Trap Zone, as well as discard the Lurry to special summon it, so it gives you free access into both engines if you have the bad luck to draw Lurries. So it's very, very good in a very specific situation, but you can also, of course, use it as an interruption. So great card, very good. Then we have the Auxiliar. You only need it once because it searches any Centurion card. You won't need it later when you set up the board. However, the Ligatia is needed twice because it can draw you a card, it can destroy a monster from the opponent, and it has so many attack. It's simply such a great card. Then we have the Crimson Dragon, of course, in the deck that can summon level 12s, as well as the 2 Cosmic Blazer Dragons. I can tell you, as soon as you are able to summon 2 of them, you're gonna win the duel. This card is so good, it has such a crazy protection, as it can banish itself for costs to negate stuff. So you need kaiju to get rid of it, and currently no kaijus are played. So I absolutely love that card, it's so insane. And yeah, that's it for the level 12s. Then we have the Chaos Angel. Also for this one, nothing to say. When you are in a bad situation, it can turn the game around so quickly. With the Fiendsmith you have enough lights to make it with both of the effects. And yeah, for example against Tampa, if they used all their Vault Breakers, you can summon it and they won't be able to OTK you normally. Then Bestial Displader, this one is good because if the opponent manages to get rid of your only Crimson Dragon, you can use a Bestial to banish it, go into Displader and then revive the Crimson Dragon. Very, very good interaction. And that's it for the Synchros. Next we have the links. Of course we have the Fiendsmith Requiem, the link 1, that literally gives you access to all the Fiendsmith from the deck. The sequence to fuse into the Desiree, these cards are crazy. If you go uninterrupted in your Centurion combo, it's very likely that you will draw an Engraver or a Tract to literally also have the Omni Negate live. And then if you have one more extender, you can link this one off with your extender to summon the Silhouette Rabbit, which is also so good. As soon as a monster is summoned from the Spell and Trap Zone, you can pop a spell or trap, so literally amazing. And you can also set a trap monster from the deck that I'm gonna show you soon in the side deck, but I don't main it because it makes not much sense since it also can be a brick. And of course, SP Little Knight. Why not play SP if you have the capacity to play it? So that's it for the extra deck. Now let's get to the side deck. We're gonna start with probably the best hand trap that came out in recent years, Mulcharmi Fualus. Funnily enough, I haven't seen it too often, so it didn't win me that many games, but as soon as you draw it, you're putting your opponent under so much pressure. Crazy card, I love it. And then only 2 Mulcharmi Purulias. I don't think it's necessary to play it at 3. But in matchups like Flu and stuff, it's amazing. It's literally very, very good. Then a card that is so good in the new format, Retaliating Sea. And it's honestly even better than I expected. It had an insane value against Snake Eyes Azamina. It had such a great value against Voiceless Voice. Even in my Chimera matchup, it was so powerful if you chain it on the fusion, because then all the material gets banished instead of going to the grave. So I'm very happy to have it here, and I won't change anything about the extra deck so far. Then we have 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, but it wasn't needed at all because I never played against trap heavy decks, so I would still keep it, honestly. Great card, and it can be very useful, and with the Mulcharmis you can even draw into it, so very lit. And then the target for the Silhouette Rabbit. I know most of the decks don't play this one, but it's insane in Centurion because it can special summon itself from the trap zone and then negate the amount of face-up cards up to the number of face-up traps that you control. And all the Centurion monsters are face-up traps, and usually in the opponent's turn you have at least 2, so you can negate 2 effects without targeting. Then we have 3 copies of Deck Lockdown. Also this card's so good. It has such a great synergy with Auxilia because it's protected, cannot be destroyed by card effect, and no one can search the deck, however you can draw, and I already told you that deck has so much drawing power, so this card is so good. You can simply build up a board and then activate it at the end of your turn. And then Anti-Spell Fragrance, the one-off. I haven't seen it at all, but I always sided it in going first. Also great card, makes your opponent not be able to use any spell cards, also wins your game. And last, my time card. I also didn't need it. I always won the duel way before the end of time. But this card is also good because it can break walls as well as deal damage. So sometimes if you draw it, if you can summon it, it's absolutely insane. So yeah, that's for the list. Thank you for watching, and shoutouts to my bro who is always supporting me, as well as to Mark, who gave me the opportunity to sleep at his place, which is near to the tournament, because otherwise I would have had 3 hours. And I hope you liked the deck list, and feel free to leave a follow, and take care, and bye!